Tonight, the Lone Star State plays host to yet another good old-fashioned Texas showdown. We'll see if this Bowtie Brigade or these Blue Oval boys can keep the Mopar posse from turning Fort Worth into Dodge City. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, presents NASCAR. Tonight, the Craft Quick Truck Series finds itself deep in the heart of Texas for the first of two visits this year to Texas Motor Speedway for live coverage of the O'Reilly 400. After 6 events, we have the closest point battle in series history. Texas native David Starr holds a slim 4-point lead over Mike Bliss, with Ted Musgrave just 11 more back in third. In fact, just 47 points separate the top 5. Robert Presley's runner-up finish last week at Dover allows him to gain 5 spots and now move back into the top 10. Our starting grid has Jason Leffler collecting his 3rd pole of the year. He will lead him down, while Houston native and points leader David Starr qualified 2nd, but will go to the back after an engine change. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Row 2, Robert Presley making his first start with new interim crew chief Todd Myers and last week's winner Ted Musgrave. Back in row 3, Coy Gibbs equals his best career qualifying effort, and last fall's winner here, Travis Quappel. Row 4, Bill Lester is the highest qualifying rookie for the 5th time in 6 races. Alongside him, Menard Chevy driver Matt Crafton, who logs his best start of the year. Row 5 has Rick Crawford, flanked by leading Rookie of the Year candidate Brendan Gaughan.
The 1999 winner of this race, Dennis Setzer, starts back in 13th. Pikes Peak and Gateway winners, Dennis Setzer and Mike Bliss, respectively, start 16th and 18th. Bobby Dowder, 14th in points with Albertsons on board, starts 19th.
And the remainder of our starters, Donnie Neuenberger back there starting for Angie Wilson in the 81 truck, the Rick Ware-owned machine. Angie not cleared to drive yet on a track of this size or this speed. There are 35 starters for tonight's 6th annual O'Reilly 400. We're on a 1.5-mile oval. It is 400 kilometers. That's 250.5 miles, 167 laps. We're back 24 degrees in the corners, 5 degrees in the dog leg and back straightaway. Look at that purse, over $605,000. The race record, 133.620 miles per hour, set by Jack Sprague last year in this spring event when Sprague driving for Rick Hendrick won it here for the first time in his Chevrolet. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jerry Punch, along with Phil Parsons, Ray Dunlap, and glad to have Amy East back with us in the pits this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. And there's a 75 truck that's started on the outside, qualified 2nd, Phil Parsons, and he will have to go to the rear of the field by virtue of an engine change. That's exactly right. They found a little problem with the engine at the end of happy hour last night and felt like the motor was going a little bit south, decided to change engines to be safe, and he's going to have to go to the back-to-back. Also, Trent Owens, look at his last 3 races, 20th, 14th, and 15th. Very, very steady for this first-year driver. Outstanding job with the Dickies Ford driver, Trent Owens, nephew of the King, Richard Petty, driving for a legend in workwear, Dickies, out of Fort Worth, Texas. Getting set for the green flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. Off of turn 2, down the backstretch, ultra teammates Leffler and Musgrave still side by side. Ooh, almost some contact there, Don. Looks like Jason Leffler lost the front end of the center of the corner, slid it right behind his teammate. Now I've got Robert Presley on the inside. Presley making a move on the inside of Jason Leffler for 2nd spot. Look at Coy Gibbs back on the inside of Travis Quappel. Gibbs in the green, MB&A number 20. Quappel in the Cat Reynolds Chevrolet. Coy Gibbs and his bunch have sure turned that program around the last 2 races, top 10 finishes. Doing a great job here. Now Coy caught in the middle, back in the middle of that package. Rick Crawford on the inside of Coy Gibbs. Gibbs is the 20 truck. Here's Crawford on the 14. How about Bill Lester? Best qualifying effort of his career, 7th spot in the Dodge Motorsports rookie. 41 years of age, out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now Lester looks to the inside of the MB&A Chevy and takes the spot away.
Outside clear.
You heard Bill squeeze out of the throttle a little bit, get down to the corner. He had Coy Gibbs on the outside. He didn't want to push up into him. Squeezed out of the throttle, but able to make the pass.
Well, Lester has had 3 top 20 finishes, including 12th last week at Dover, Delaware. Here's David Starr moving up from the rear of the field. We told you that the engine change, he had to start back shotgun on the field.
Already moved up 7 positions in just 3 or 4 laps.
Ran here twice last year, finished 4th and 3rd in 2 visits to Texas Motor Speedway. His 3rd place finish came from a 25th place start, so he's come from the back before here at Texas and made it work.
Talked to his crew chief, Dave McCartney, right before the race. He said, hey, I'd rather start at the back. That may allow us to play some pit strategy. Oh, we got big trouble.
Trouble up, and Terry Cook is involved as he is up across the track. Nowhere to go for Cook. Here's Mike Bliss spinning down across the track. Here on lap number 4, the 4 truck.
Brian Rose also involved.
Looked like Brian Rose may have spun, and he gets tagged by Terry Cook, who had nowhere to go. There's the PerryConnection.com dodge for Brian Rose.
In the wall pretty good. It looks like the left rear's caved in pretty good, the spoiler.
And there's a 29, the Power Stroke diesel Ford for Terry Cook, as he is streaming sparks.
Try not to tear the fenders off it, Terry.
Talking about not tearing the fenders off. When you have contact like that, when you have tires flat, you've got to be able, you got to take it easy, because you run around there and the tires can do more damage after they blow out, after you run them flat for a while. A lot of damage to the left rear of Brian Rose's truck.
And for the 2nd week in a row, Brian Rose has problems on the very first lap. He has not had any luck these last couple of weeks after having a great beginning to the year. Brian finished 3rd at Daytona, 8th at Darlington, but he finished 30th by being involved in a first lap incident at Dover. And here's what happened a moment ago on lap number 4.
Already sideways, all 3 trucks. You got Mike Bliss left of your screen, just went out of your screen. You see Terry Cook with nowhere to go, got caught up between Brian Rose and the wall. There's Mike Bliss turning around. I'm not sure how much contact Mike Bliss had with anything. Watching the 2 red trucks right in front of Terry Cook there. These are the 3 trucks involved. We're looking from Dennis Setzer's onboard. See what happens as they drive down in turn number 3. Looks like, or it looked like Terry Cook got sideways first, and then Brian Rose got sideways. Looks like it had to be something on the racetrack,
It
Doc.
looked like all 3 trucks began to slip and slide. The 16, the 4, and this one, the 29 that's on pit road right now. Terry Cook must have hit something in turn 3, because all 3 began to slip and slide. Let's check in the Mike Bliss pits with Amy East.
Well, Mike was sure that all 4 tires were flat spotted. Just a little bit of a tire mark on the left side door panel of that 16. Otherwise, the truck looks to be in good shape. Mike Bliss is back out with 4 fresh tires.
And right in front of him, Terry Cook. We will check on Terry Cook's situation and also check in on Brian Rose to see what repairs are going to be made there. An incident early on in Texas, lap number 4, 3 trucks sliding in turn 3.
Talk me in.
First up, surveillance cams. Laser grid next. Now, the tough one. The floor is heat sensitive.
This is too easy.
Oh, one more thing. Attack dogs.
When your body heat rises, New Degree Gel kicks in the clutch.
You're back screaming, oh no! Try a Thermacare heat wrap. 8 hours of heat to relax those tight muscles. So circulation flows in, helping pain flow out. New Thermacare heat wraps. Feel the difference between can't and can. Got back pain? All right, here's what you do. Make a beeline for the pain reliever aisle. And grab the new kind of pain reliever that gives you 8 hours of heat to relax your tight muscles. New Thermacare heat wraps for back, neck, and menstrual pain.
From the quarter mile at St. Louis to the 3rd turn at Talladega to the pits of Laguna Seca. Wherever innovation is the margin between win and lose, the pros reach for the same tools you do. Craftsman, the official tools of CART, NHRA, and NASCAR.
You've never seen a Wagner power painter like this before. Now Wagner's innovative wide-shot power painter can spray today's thick one-coat paint better than ever with complete coverage up to 12 inches wide. The Wagner Wide Shot gives you the power, performance, and control to get results in about a third of the time. The incredible wide-shot power painter from Wagner for guys who like to run wide open. Save time, save money. Get a Wagner Wide Shot.
coverage of Craftsman truck action from Texas Motor Speedway is being brought to you by the new body heat activated degree gel. Kicks in the clutch. By Thermacare heat wraps. Feel the difference between can't and can. And by Craftsman. Tune in at the end of this race and see if you want a trip to Miami as part of the Craftsman ESPN pit crew or other great prizes. That'll be fun having that contest winner come to Miami with us at Homestead. Now let's check in again with Terry Cook. He is back on pit road in the Power Stroke Diesel Ford. Amy, what's going on?
Well, this is the second truck for Terry this weekend that's been crashed. His primary was in practice yesterday after blown engine. Now they have a tow out situation. Regular tow's about 1/8 of an inch. They're finding the truck to be towed out further than that. They're most concerned about that because it does indeed scrub off a lot of speed. Working under the hood just indeed to fix some of the fenders right now as well. When you're not having a good weekend, you're really not having a good weekend, especially for Terry Cook, who has crashed his lucky dog truck.
You know, I didn't hear a spotter say anything, but it looks like there might have been something on the... Now, watch the 29 get slippery and sliding. At the end of the 29 slips first, then the truck on the inside, the Ford begins to slide like there's something on the racetrack.
It sure looked like there was something on the race. Watch the 29. You see him turn sideways, didn't touch the Ford, and then the Ford turned sideways and got into Mike Bliss on the outside.
All right, we're back to green flag racing. We'll check in with those drivers as Terry Cook is trying to get off of pit road as the field goes flashing by here on lap number 9. Ted Musgrave is the leader. His teammate Jason Leffler in second spot. Robert Presley was in third. He has been jumped now, lost 2 spots as Quapple goes by, and so does the 14 of Rick Crawford.
Rick Crawford takes a look, gets by Robert Presley on the inside. Well, Bill Lester right there behind his teammate Robert Presley, back in the 6th position.
Bill Lester just keeps getting more and more impressive. He's right along with the Bobby Hamilton Racing Dodge. Bobby up in Pocono, Pennsylvania, got to be very proud of his drivers, a job they are doing here in the top 6 tonight.
You see his best career finish right there, 12th at Dover last race, last time out. That's the 3rd race in a row that he has bettered his best career finish.
4 top 20s already, and now they're talking about their first top 10. And the way he's running, it could come here tonight.
Hanging right with his teammate, Robert Presley.
Pretty good guy to follow at this racetrack. Presley was always good here in a NASCAR Winston Cup car. Has a top 5 finish. Ran in 5th and 7th the last 2 times here. Had problems late in the race. Back up front, Leffler dogging his teammate Ted Musgrave. We told you last year it was the Mopar posse that got it done here. They dominated this race, talking about these 2 Ultra teammates, owned by Jimmy and Marlene Smith.
Clear left.
And now Leffler goes by and takes the lead on the high side by Musgrave.
Yeah, Ted pulled over down the backstretch there. Jason was all over the back of Ted Musgrave, so Ted pulled over and said, hey, let's let him lead a while, and we'll follow him and see what happens.
And these 2 guys are the only 2 that have led laps in every race this year. How about the 1-2 punch? Have led 542 of 1,057 laps. As we mentioned, they've led every race this year, all 6. They've led the most laps in 4 of the 6 races. And they have qualified 5th or better for every race. Look at the average start from Musgrave and Leffler. That is impressive. What a great team they have here. Timmy Cahoot, the team manager. Jim and Marlene Smith own this team. And hard to believe they have yet to win a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series title as long as Jim Smith has been in the series.
You know, that's a lot like it was last year when we had Ted Musgrave and Scott Riggs driving the 1 and the 2 truck respectively. Here's David Starr making his way up towards the front. He started all the way back to the end of the back of the field, all the way up to the 19th position.
David slipping a little bit, going on the inside of the Stan Boyd machine.
Still there, Bubba. Still there.
Stan Boyd, who led some laps at Pikes Peak, and we have caution again for the 2nd time. We have a truck that did not make it back to pit road. It is stalled, coming up off of turn 4 as the leaders come by here on lap 14. And that will bring out caution for the 2nd time. Alan Porter waving the yellow flag. There's the truck that didn't make it back.
Looks like Phil Bonnefeld, the 86 Red Line truck.
And caution will come out for the 2nd time tonight here on lap number 14.
He's just at the entrance to pit road. Almost made it, but just didn't quite make it.
Well, we'll see if some of the leaders maybe work some strategy, make an early pit stop, and see if this fuel mileage can be critical. We'll check it all when we come back.
The most celebrated player in the game. The longest Open ever. The premier golf event of the summer. Watch the drama unfold as Tiger looks to notch his 2nd major of the year.
Could you believe this? I've seen it over and over again.
Against the world's best.
Absolutely perfect.
The 2002 U.S. Open at Bethpage Black. Coverage begins Thursday, June 13th on ESPN.
My name is George. I'm the painter here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. That wall is my baby. We paint between races after they run into them. Mostly it's flat whites. It covers up the tire marks, one coat.
George, you'll have your work cut out for you after the Food City 250, Friday, August 23rd. Call now for tickets. Bristol Motor Speedway. Race it the way it ought to be.
What a mess.
Don't miss Arlington Park's opening week, Wednesday, June 5th through Sunday, June 9th. Celebrate our season's opening this Saturday, June 8th, as we feature great racing along with televised coverage of the Belmont Stakes. Don't miss it.
Flags Great America. So big, so close.
And our NASCAR coverage exclusively on ESPN of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We're glad to be the home of all 22 events on this $12 million tour. We are under caution for the second time and out here early on at Texas Motor Speedway. First caution coming out on lap 4. 3 trucks involved: Brian Rose, Terry Cook, and Mike Bliss. And now Mike Bliss will bring his truck down under the second caution of the day, produced by the stalled truck of Phil Bonneville. Let's check in with Amy.
Well, Robert Presley is in. They're topping it off with fuel right now. Fuel is good, and they're also checking something in the front of the truck. Unfortunately, I'm standing behind it. You guys might... Oh, just pulling some tape off. We heard a lot of teams that were going to do that. They said they just wanted to test and see how hot that these trucks were going to get. Mike Bliss, of course, was involved in that first accident with Brian Rose and Terry Cook, and also taking advantage of topping off fuel. Well, we're also seeing Terry Cook come back down pit lane because he came down pit lane when it was closed under commercial brake. They're taking advantage of this time to go under the hood, check the toe, and make sure the tie rods are tight, because that is what you adjust when you adjust the toe out of a vehicle. So Terry Cook back in the pits as well.
That looks really good. And we saw Steve Portengay also win in the Roto-Rooter Chevrolet. Steve coming off 3 consecutive top 15 finishes here in Craftsman Truck competition. Back with the green in a moment.
Trucks. Fundamentally tougher than any panty-waist car. Hey, no one ever wrote a song about his first hatchback. At Craftsman, we figured the only thing better than trucks is racing trucks. So we're the official tools of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Tough trucks, tougher drivers, and the toughest tools. Craftsman.
The all-new Dodge Ram. With an available 245 horsepower Magnum V8, rack and pinion steering, and the largest brakes in its class.
Oh, they have a boat just like ours.
Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match it.
Armor All Protectant Wipes. Armor All Shine and Protection in a wipe.
Remember those great barbershop shaves? Well, thanks to the Conair Hot Lather machine, with the touch of one hand, you can get great old hot lather. Just insert a can of your favorite shaving cream. Nothing softens your beard or soothes your skin like this. The Conair Hot Lather machine.
Hi, I'm Jay Moore, and Moore Sports is moving to the block. The block party just got a whole lot louder.
He's tough, yet sensitive.
I like your shirt, man. Who shot the couch?
He's smart.
Come on, go to the left. Blue.
Yet humble.
Can you break $1 million?
He's all that.
Word.
And a little more.
All right, I'm ready to roll. Am I over?
Wow. More Sports kicks off the block with Evander Holyfield and Tommy Lee. Tuesday night at 8 on ESPN.
And perfect timing. The green flag just waving back at Texas Motor Speedway as Jason Leffler, who was our pole sitter, leads him down. Here's the challenge for second spot.
Travis Quamble got a great run on the green flag, was able to pull up beside Ted Musgrave and drive down in turn 1 beside him and able to beat him through turn 1.
Down the back straightaway, 1,330 feet here at the wide, smooth Texas Motor Speedway. Here's Musgrave now pulling up right to the back bumper of that Cat Reynolds Chevrolet.
Boy, did Musgrave get through the center of that corner. Pulled right up on the back bumper. Had to gain at least a car length, truck length and a half.
That Mopar dog just grabbed the inside of the racetrack and hung on.
Talk about how much grip this racetrack has, Doc. They repaved this racetrack before we were here in the fall. What tremendous grip it has.
Talk to Eddie Gossett. They repaved it back in July and August. And of course, they had to cancel. They had to postpone the race last September because of the tragedies of 9/11. Didn't run here until October. This track is very, very smooth and has a tremendous amount of grip.
John Wood looking out from his onboard at Matt Crafton. Good to see him back. No, none worse for the wear after that hard hit he had last week at Dover.
And running awfully well here in Duke Thorson's truck with Menard sponsorship on board.
They're going to go to the outside.
And David Starr picking them off one by one. And folks, he has not won in NASCAR Craftsman truck competition. He had an impressive run here a year ago from 25th to 3rd. And he said, if I'm going to get my first win, please let it come in the Lone Star Stadium in front of the home state fans. And he is coming.
Look at this race. Got Brendan Gaughan on the inside. Pulled up beside Matt Crafton, looking on the inside of John Wood. Another guy that ran awfully well here last year.
Brendan Gaughan, the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. He started back in 30th last year in this race and finished 2nd. Great racing all around this speedway. There is the MB&A Chevy again. Coy Gibbs. Look at Dennis Setzer right side of your screen. Great Chevy battle between Setzer and the Menard Chevy of Crafton.
Dennis on the inside, trying to get by Matt Crafton.
Still there.
As you watch this battle with Crafton and Setzer going at it, let's check in on the pitch with Amy, who's caught up with a very disappointed driver.
I sure have, Jerry. And of the 3 drivers in that first crash, Brian Rozier, the only one that's back here in the garage area. And we've been speculating through instant replay what happened. But from your perspective, how did you 3 crash?
It was a thing where starting out at the beginning of the race, you're really on low air pressures, and I get tucked in there behind Mike Bliss on the inside of him, and I think I haven't been with anybody on the outside of me. I must have picked up some dirty air. I know that Terry was behind me and was having the same problem. We just kind of got crossed up, and with no air causing any downforce helping me turn, I washed up and was so unfortunate to collect Mike, and luckily he got through it and Terry wasn't as lucky, but it's just a matter we lost all our air causing our downforce helping us turn, and no air pressures, and really just washed up into the race traffic.
Okay, 2 weeks in a row that Brian Rose is our first truck out of the race. Brian, good luck to you for the rest of the season. We got to get this monkey off your back here.
We had one with us in the truck that we thought we were going to shake it. We hate it for the Perry Connection and Dodge all together and Bobby Hamilton Racing. We're trying to run for a championship, and we just can't get luck to fall our way. But the boys are going to get it ready and get us back out on the track, get us some points, and that's what we need.
Okay, that's Brian Rose. Greg Dunlap.
Well, I mean, Coy Gibbs is one of the drivers that's not having much luck on the restarts. He restarted in 6th position that time, fell back to 9th or 10th, but once the race gets going, he's okay. He said he thinks they may have picked the wrong gear for this truck, and that's what's keeping him from not getting a good restart. So he hopes we don't have many more cautions tonight.
And Ray Coy coming off 2 top 10 finishes his last 2 outings, 9th at Pikes Peak, 6th at Dover. And of course, we mentioned he equaled his career best qualifying effort, starting 5th tonight.
We heard Dennis Setzer's spotter tell him that the 75 is coming.
Just looking.
2 trunk rigs behind you, Dennis.
Just looking.
Knows he's
plenty
there.
Plenty of room behind him if you want it.
Gave him plenty of room. You can see Dennis is on the outside.
Staying clear.
There's
clear
David Starr. I tell you, he's passed so many trucks, Doc, that he screwed up his pit strategy. Dave McCarty wanted to come in and get fuel early to lengthen their window, and he passed so many trucks he couldn't pit.
Well, I tell you, Wayne and Connie Spears, who own that Spears manufacturing truck, have got to be just smiling. Look at David Starr go inhale the 50 and the 80-80.
Clear high, clear
he says,
high.
see
Great
you, John
job,
Wood.
Tim.
See you, Matt Crafton.
Looked like he was shot out of a cannon. What a great run off turn number 2.
Or as your brother Benny would say, a canyon.
A canyon, shot off a canyon.
Unbelievable. unbelievable effort for 34-year-old Houston, Texas native David Starr. He just joined our coverage. He was second fastest qualifier, but they changed the engine. Thought they had a little bit better Ron Hunter engine to put in after having some problems. Started shotgun on the field, and now he's being shown all the way up in 8th position. 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s. His best finish 4th at Dover. He'd like to improve on that by 4 spots here tonight in Texas.
So those 3 top 5s are the last 3 races in a row. So it looks like, looking to the inside of Coy Gibbs, looks like he's going to extend that streak because he's already up to the 8th position, looking at Coy Gibbs for 7th.
David Starr has not finished out of the top 10 in the last 10 races since Texas, June 8th of 2001. He has not finished out of the top 10. That's a remarkable effort.
But Doc, would you believe that in 40-some starts prior to that race, the race here in June where he finished 3rd, he had never had a top 10 finish? That's what good equipment will do for somebody with the talent of a David Starr.
Here goes Starr looking inside. Coy Gibbs, youngest son of Joe and Pat Gibbs. His dad's a 3-time Super Bowl winning former head coach of the Redskins.
Doing great. Be smooth, buddy. Be smooth.
And David Starr is being impressive, but they are chasing Jason Leffler in the Ultra Motorsports Team ASC Dodge. Back in a moment.
Ninja Sport Bikes. Are you worthy? Get 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments on any Kawasaki vehicle for 6 months.
2 hours of hard riding, and I was hurting. My legs, my back, it even hurt to pedal downhill. So I took control with Advil. Doctors know that nothing, not Tylenol, not Aleve, nothing's proven stronger or last longer than Advil. Hey, the pain was strong, but Advil's stronger.
You have the strength to get rid of pain. Take control. Take Advil.
Before we get out there, I want to let you know I'm real proud of you. Thanks. Oh, and you too, Ricky.
Rick Hendrick and his team depend on the expertise of their crew chief, just like you depend on your technician. And it's nice to know they both demand the same quality from their auto parts.
Anything else, Dad? Yeah. Try to bring it back in one piece.
CarQuest Auto Parts, the professional choice.
Something's coming. And it sounds like...
For 1 week in Omaha, 8 teams take a swing at history. The College World Series begins Friday, June 14th at 2 Eastern on ESPN 2.
Since 1998, many drivers have sung the blues at Memphis, where "Don't Be Cruel" is not necessarily this tricky oval's rule. In 4 races, 4 different drivers have rocked their way to victory lane, with Dennis Setzer the latest to swivel out a win in Love Me Tendertown. It's the O'Reilly 200 Live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, June 22nd. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Doc, that was a great Marlon Brando impression there. Or was it Steve McQueen?
That was McQueen.
Oh, let's go. A heavy traffic for our leader, Jason Leffler.
All those comedians out of work, and you got to... We're back at Texas Motor Speedway. I'm Jerry Punch, along with comedian Phil Parsons and Amy East and Ray Dunlap in the pits. They are chasing our pole sitter, Jason Leffler.
He's already put almost a third of the field a lap down. What a tremendous pace he's setting. Look at Travis Quapple 3 wide on the outside, trying to get by some lap trucks.
Quapple pinched in a little bit. Now they move down on the inside, down the back straightaway. He's able to make the pass on Steve Portengay. Quapple running in second. Crawford is third. There's the 81 truck. They're going by Donnie Neuenberger, the IHOP machine, Rick Ware machine. We mentioned that Donnie driving the truck, and Angie Wilson will be back in at Memphis. Travis Quapple in the truck he won with last October. Second rookie driver to win at Texas Motor Speedway. Impressive run from Mike Addington and Rick Wren, and they announced last week that their sponsor of 4 years, that Caterpillar Stores will not be back after the end of this year, so they are actively looking for a sponsor to come back and run in the Craftsman Truck Series or Busch Grand National or whatever, but they'd like to be able to run the Craftsman Truck Series again. But the man on the move tonight is the Spears Manufacturing Chevrolet driver, David Starr. Let's check in his pits with Ray.
And Doc, I'm with his crew chief, Dave McCarty. I bet you almost had a heart attack when you saw that first caution and your driver was in the back of the field.
Man, I couldn't see anything. All I heard the spotter going was dodge him, dodge him, dodge him. So Dave's doing a great job. I mean, we just had that little misfortune with the motor this morning and had to put us in the back, but we just thought we'd spot him a head start.
Well, he's having a lot of fun passing trucks, too.
Yeah, he's making me nervous. But he's doing a good job. I mean, if anybody can get around here, he's had a lot of laps here, so I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right, too. That's the crew chief, Dave McCarty.
Well, Dave McCarty, he's the only member of that team that has won. He's a three-time winner as a crew chief, driving for his driver Rich Bickle back years ago when Darrell Waltrip owned that team, by the way, in the early years of the NASCAR Craftsman truck. But David Starr has never won. Neither has the Spears Manufacturing efforts for Wayne and Connie. They've had some pretty good drivers over there. They have 9 different drivers in this truck, including a guy by the name of a kid by the name of Kevin Harvick, who's gone on to run pretty well in Busch and Winston Cup.
Look at the progression. Started 32nd, all the way up past 10 trucks by the 7th lap, and all the way up to the 7th position right now. Closing in on 6th place runner Brendan Gaughan.
You know, David Starr last year, after running just a handful of events, had some opportunities to go run in Busch, and even had some people from the Winston Cup owners call him. And he made a decision that he said, I'm not ready. I need to run in full-time in the Truck Series and get some experience, and then maybe I'll be ready to make that move, a wise move for a young driver from Texas. You're riding along with the Mopar Dodge of Ted Musgrave, showing back in 4th spot, right behind Rick Crawford. We saw a lot of these two trucks last week at Dover, Delaware.
We sure did. These guys, last night in happy hour, every time I looked up, these two guys were running together, either Rick in front or Ted in front. And I asked Rick about it. He said, well, I couldn't pass him and he couldn't pass me, so we're pretty equal.
Last week at Dover, Delaware, Rick Crawford took the Circle Bar Motel and RV Park Ford at 14 to his first career pole. Led 39 laps, but Musgrave dominated today to pick up his second victory of the season. Let's check back in the Musgrave pits with Ray.
Well, Jerry, he's been on the radio a bit talking about a slight vibration in the right front, so they're a little bit concerned about that. He was up there battling with the leader, his teammate Jason Leffler, but Musgrave has dropped back a little bit because of that vibration, so they're going to try to check this truck over real good when they come in for their first pit stop.
And if you're wondering by looking at this battle where our leader Jason Leffler is, folks, he is pulled away by about 5 seconds in front of these two. That's why we're not showing you the leader. There is Leffler. Leffler's already gone. They're in turns 1 and 2, and Leffler's halfway down the backstretch. Here's a pretty good battle shaping up for 5th spot.
They battled rookie Bill Lester, rookie battle actually, Bill Lester and Brendan Gaughan, running in 5th and 6th positions.
Bill Lester started this race in his best start ever in the Truck Series, and that was 7th. Right now, he's running a nice, clean line, has not said a word on the radio. They're telling him the 62's coming, but don't look in your mirror, Bill. Concentrate and run that line that you've been running. Now, Brendan Gaughan, on the other hand, they are fired up. He is so excited to be in this race tonight because, indeed, he finished 2nd here last year in that TKO Motorsports 41 that we know Todd Myers from so well. Brendan, very excited to be back here tonight, says the truck is handling great as he looks inside of Bill Lester right now, and he's going to take over that spot. Bill Lester, though, still not saying anything on the radio and concentrating on looking for his first top 10 of the season.
And with that pass, thank you, Amy, with that pass, Brendan Gaughan will take over the 5th spot. So 2 of the stars a year ago at Texas, well, they're making their way toward the front as Gene Nee tries to figure out what's going on. The Mopar Dodge of Ted Musgrave. Back in a moment.
Want to make your car look like new again? Well, now you can with Color Cure Color Enriching Car Polish from Turtle Wax. Color Cure's breakthrough formula masks superficial scratches and swirl marks while cleaning, shining, and protecting all in one simple application. For deeper scratches, use the patented chipstick. Color Cure even heals old neglected finishes, removing years of oxidation. Color Cure is available in 7 popular colors. Each works for a wide range of shades. Color Cure, a showroom-like finish that's as easy as waxing your car.
At the Beef and Bird Cook-Off, does anyone use a gas grill?
You couldn't get anybody out here to cook with gas.
Definitely want to use charcoal.
Because when it comes to flavor...
Proven fact that charcoal is better than gas.
And the charcoal of choice.
Kingsford, for sure.
Kingsford Charcoal, because taste is everything.
This is Bob. Bob is doing well. Very well indeed. That's because not long ago, with just a quick phone call, Bob realized that he could have something better in his life. And what did he get? Why, a big boost of confidence, a little more self-esteem, and a very happy missus at home. To learn more about Enzyte, contact your doctor or call 1-877-4-ENZYTE for a free brochure or visit Enzyte.com. Enzyte, the effective, reliable way to natural male enhancement.
Repair jobs are quick and easy with Quikrete fast-setting concrete. Just add water and mix. It sets hard in minutes. Quikrete. It's that easy.
The FIFA World Cup continues. Fresh off their stunning upset of Portugal. Shock the world! The U.S. now takes aim at host country South Korea. South Korea, United States, Monday morning at 2:25, live on ESPN2.
After weeks of disappointment, Ted Musgrave and the Mopar team finally put in a solid run at Dover and made it back to victory lane. Now they hope to avoid slipping up in Texas, where they have been strong but have had 2 heartbreaking finishes. After running out of gas last spring and having a tire go down last fall, the one team is looking to stay up front here tonight. And there's Ted Musgrave in the Mopar Dodge, who started tonight back in 4th position. He is currently running in 4th spot. Having a pretty good battle, was having a pretty good battle nip and tuck with the 14 truck. He has fallen back by a couple of truck lengths. We mentioned his 2 finishes here last year. Musgrave finished 14th in the spring, ran out of gas late in the race in the last 20 laps, and had a right front tire he cut down and finished 10th last fall. You see those finishes, 24th, 12th, and 16th. Then he went to Dover and finally got back on track by winning the race, although he almost broke his back getting out of the car at victory lane. He said that was one of life's most embarrassing moments.
I'll tell you, those finishes right there, those 3 finishes in a row, were not indicative of how he ran. He ran very, very well in those races. He had a valve spring problem in one of the races, had a broken caliper in another one of the races, and a flat tire in the other one. So he could have had all top 2 or 3, top 5 anyway finishes this year had he not had a little bit of bad luck.
And because of that bad luck, he had gone back into 5th in the point standings, and now with that win last week, he moves up 2 spots to 3rd overall in the standings.
Well, they are glued together, though, Ted Musgrave and Rick Crawford.
We mentioned Rick Crawford's owner, Tom Mitchell, is from the state of Texas. He owns Circle Bar Motel and RV Park down in Azona, Texas, and his son Gary Mitchell came in to watch, and Gary got the bug. Gary, I don't think had been to many races, came in this weekend and was so excited to be around the NASCAR Craftsman Garage. He said, I'm going to go buy me a motorhome, and I'm going to start coming every week. So good to have Gary here, rocking race stonkers. And the one good thing about this team is not only are they competitive, but they may have the best food in the garage here. I know you can attest to that because you live down there.
Not in the last hour. I haven't been there.
Right. You're just like your brother. You find the best food, you just hang there all day. 53 of 167 laps in the books. Great racing here. Leffler is the leader in the Team ASE CarQuest Dodge. He is about a second and 2/10 in front of the 60 truck of Travis Quaffle. Then this battle is 4 more seconds back. That is the 14 of Crawford in the Ford, and then the Dodge of Musgrave. They are 4th, 3rd, and 4th. Then comes Brendan Gaughan back in 5th.
There's Ted Musgrave's on board. His crew chief, Gene Neat, I had to knock him out of the way so I could get to the table to eat in Rick Crawford's truck. Gene, opposing crew chief, was in there eating.
Yeah, Gene was wasting away. He had to get a bite to eat there.
Wait, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, Bill Lester.
Put on the brake, hold your wheel straight.
I'd say a scheduled pit stop for Bill Lester. We've gone 53 laps, and that's about the start of the pit window. We had a few caution laps. We thought maybe that would extend it a little bit. You see right side tires going on the truck, filling it up with fuel, coming around to put left sides on. It's going to be a Ford tire change for Bill Lester. Top it off with Unical fuel and get him back on the racetrack.
And remember, when they ran here last spring, they did not have the rule where you could change 4 tires under the caution. This is a green flag stop.
3,500, second gear.
Second gear, 3,500. That's 45 miles an hour. Kip McCord and company doing a pretty good job getting the Dodge of Bill Lester back on after their first scheduled stop here on lap 55.
And that number 3,500, that's the TAC RPMs in second gear. These guys do not have speedometers in these trucks, so that's the everything we predicate off the TAC. And he's second gear, 3,500 RPMs.
Now, you were circulating in the garage prior to the race, and a lot of guys were talking about fuel mileage becoming a major factor. We're expecting the leader to make a pit stop in the next 5 or 6 laps. What are they considering here? The possibility of at least 2 stops and maybe someone trying to stretch a little bit and run and maybe grab a caution flag late?
I think here comes the leader, and I think we're definitely going to see at least 2 pit stops. It all depends on how the caution flags fall.
And 45 miles an hour. Here comes Jason Leffler down pit road, headed toward you, Ray Dunlap.
Well, Jerry, they're ready for this pit stop down here. You know, both of these teams, the 2 and the 1, have had a few bad pit stops already this year, so they've been working on it a lot this week. Jason Leffler will come down to the attention of his crew right here. The ASE team goes out. Blair Betts on the front and Jeremy West on the rear. They are going to make a little bit of a chassis adjustment right here. Ted Musgrave is also in as they go down 2 rounds on the track bar there for the 2 truck. They have a new rear tire changer on the number 1 truck. Jason Burgess is working there. Everything looks pretty smooth here. They're done with the 2. He's down and away. And the 90 is going to make a good pit stop there, too. As they get the service done here, a little bit of a hang-up on that left rear on the number 1 truck. So they're going to lose just a little bit of spots here on pit road.
And Ray, as you said, a great pit stop by Gary Showalter in the Express personnel team there for Lance Norick in the 90 truck. That's a truck he finished 5th in last year. And Crawford is in front of you, Amy.
Oh, and rocking and rolling through this stop. These guys are flying. This is a great stop for them. A little bit hung up there on the left rear, though. The tires seem to be in the way. But otherwise, they had a great stop for Rick Crawford. We're also going to see some green flag stops from the 60 of Travis Quapple as well. We'll be looking for him to come down pit lane.
Exactly, Amy. We have not seen Quapple or Brendan Gaughan. Remember, Mike Bliss, who's currently being shown in 3rd spot,
Okay, now you have to stay on
made a pit stop on lap 14. Here's the leader, Travis Quapple, who won this race last fall, last October at Texas. Rick Wren and the Cat Rental crew waiting for the Mike Addington Chevrolet. He's headed to you, Amy.
5, 4.
Well, and for the first time in a long time, Mike Addington is here to watch this Cat Rental team do their job. It's going to be 4 tires. They're going to go up on the track bar. Other than that, no chassis adjustments. Travis felt as though he can pass the 2 when he gets to them with these 4 fresh tires. It'll be interesting to see how they're going. Pit stop looks good so far. Great stop, 18.3. Nice stop for the 60 truck.
18.3 seconds, as you said, Amy. A great stop for Rick Wren and company. They want to prove to somebody that they're looking to be a potential sponsor jumping on that truck. Here's Brendan Gaughan, the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. Gaughan headed down pit road to make his first scheduled stop of the day on lap 61.
Brendan Gaughan's in with his Napa truck. They're going around. They're going to make a slight chassis adjustment. They're taking 1 turn of wedge into the truck. 4 tires and fuel. A little slow on the right side. This crew has been doing nothing more than working out. They have lost so much weight, doing nothing more but to improve their stops. Carlos Contreras, who will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow, his 32nd, is having also a very good day. Not complaining of much on the truck. Fuel is good. Dropping the jacks right side. A little hung up, though, on the left front. So we're seeing some interesting stops here on pit lane. Some teams having troubles, some nice and smooth. Under the green flag, that makes up a lot of time on the track.
Watch your blend line now. Watch your blend line. Stay low.
And Howard Comstock and the Hot Wheels Petty crew getting Carlos Contreras back out after a tough run at Dover last week. And that means we'll cycle around. And the IWX Chevrolet. Steve Coulter on machine for Mike Bliss, who came in and pitted on lap 14. Bliss came in and topped off actually on lap 15 during that second caution flag of the day. So he'll be able to run about 15 or 16 more laps before he has to make his pit stop. So, as you said, Phil Parsons, early strategy paying off a little bit for Mike Bliss. And Dennis Setzer had a bit of a problem, Amy.
He sure did, you guys. The dry brake broke, and they only took 5 gallons of fuel into that 46 Axiom Chevrolet. So we will be seeing Dennis Setzer coming back down pit lane soon and often. in if they can only get 5 gallons of fuel into that truck.
And what a tough break for a team that basically calls this racetrack their home track. They are based in Hennessy, Oklahoma. We're talking about the Morgan Dollar Axiom team for Dennis Setzer. And wow, 5 gallons. They're not going to be able to stay out very much longer. The dry brake, I mean, can that crimp, or what normally is the problem?
I would say it probably broke on maybe on the can that they were using, but if it broke on the truck, I don't know what they're going to have to come in, as you mentioned, and not too many more laps and work on that and fix that if it's not going to take any fuel.
Well, we'll update what happens with Dennis Setzer. We have problems on the racetrack and caution waiting as one truck is showing flames. That apparently is the 81 of Donnie Neuenberger, the IHOP machine.
What a tremendous break for Mike Bliss. We documented that he had there. Look at the fire underneath Donnie Neuenberger's truck. He needs to stop that truck, get out, and let the fire crew put the fire out.
And then they're probably trying to radio Neuenberger because he had some contact over. Now he's trying to get unbuckled and get the window net down, get out from under the straps because it is just roaring. Donnie trying to hustle out of that truck, and there is the caution waving here on lap 65.
You see right there the 14 truck and the 1 truck just getting by Mike Bliss. They just were able to pass him in time to get their lap back. What a break for them.
Now they're getting Neuenberger out of the truck, and now that he's out in the way, the fire crew can go to work on that Rick Ware IHOP Dodge. So caution on the racetrack for the 3rd time today, coming out of lap 65. Donnie Neuenberger has some contact and some flames and some anxious moments as we are under caution at Texas Motor Speedway. Now, flurry of activity in the Dennis Setzer pits. They have had that deck lid open. They had 2 members of the crew inside the truck trying to fix the dry brake.
All right, we got time to come back.
Amy,
now.
did they get it fixed?
Get it clamped in there okay?
No, Jerry, right now their crew members are talking amongst each other. They feel as though Dennis is going to have to come back down. Just as we say that, all of the trucks that were 1 lap down at the time of that caution are now making their way onto pit lane. That includes those of Carlos Contreras, Terry Cook, and others. As they come down, some of the lead lap trucks, it looks like, are coming down as well. Matt Crafton. We have quite a few. They're taking advantage. Rick Crawford. We have lots of guys coming down, and also Ted Musgrave, Ray.
Well, Amy, they still have a few problems with that vibration in the right front. Ted said he's not happy with the truck, so they're going to come down here. Now, what he thought at first was maybe there was a spring rubber that had fallen out of place or something. So what they're going to do is pull the foot pins here, go underneath, and take a look at all the links to make sure there's nothing hung up on a heim joint or something like that. If there is no problem with that, then they're going to make an adjustment on the right front shock, maybe open it up a click or 2 to try to make this thing better. So they've got the hood pins back in. No problem here with losing a lap. And smooth service here, and we'll see if that makes this truck better for Ted.
All right, once again, we are working caution for the 3rd time today. This one coming out of lap 65. Donnie Neuenberger driving Rick Ware's Dodge. They are the remains of that IHOP Dodge, the International House of Pancakes, sponsoring Neuenberger. And there was some contact and flames beneath the truck. He got it stalled. Here's what happened a moment ago to Neuenberger on lap 65.
So inside of the racetrack, he got a little bit sideways there. Almost caught the two. It looked like Terry Cook just barely getting by on the inside. Take a look again. You're going to see him coming off turn number 2 right in there. Got sideways. He's going to make contact with the inside wall, which is probably going to either knock an oil line loose or knock the fuel pump off the truck, and that's what probably led to the fire.
And a different angle looking across the back straightaway. You see the contact's already happened. Now watch the left front. We'll see if there's the flame erupting. So what would you guess? Probably fuel pump there in the front of the truck.
I would think probably fuel pump, and that's probably raw fuel that's spewing out of the truck because the engine was still running. So it's still running fuel out until it runs out in the carburetor.
So heavy damage. Angie Wilson normally drives that truck, and Angie, who began her NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series career at Martinsville after a stellar short track career and Goodies Dash competition, wasn't eligible to drive at this racetrack. She'll be back in Memphis. Here's our Craftsman pit summary showing you where your favorite drivers were before and after they pitted.
There's Jason Leffler right there. Came in first, came out second. Travis Quapple came in second, came out first. They flip-flopped. Rick Crawford lost a couple positions back to 5th. Ted Musgrave lost a couple back to 6th. And Brendan Gaughan lost 3 back to 8th. Now we had a couple guys, Mike Bliss and Robert Presley, that did not pit. So they're not on that pit summary because they didn't pit during the green flag run we were on.
Well, once again, this caution flag, a huge break for Mike Bliss, who had not made his pit stop He was the leader. He had made a pit stop early on lap 16.
Then he probably won the go. Pits are open.
And we are hearing Jason.
We're coming in.
As I was about to say, I hear Jason Leffler might be coming in. So, Ray, he's headed down toward you.
Well, they're definitely going to come in, Jerry, because this will put them in that fuel window that Phil Parsons is talking about. They don't want to take any gambles here, so they'd rather give up that track position, come in here and get the fuel, and then that way this is not a fuel mileage race if we stay green, which very well could happen. So the 2 is coming in right now. They'll do gas only and get him back out to the racetrack. Let's check in with Amy right now on the number 18.
Well, under the commercial break, Robert Presley and Mike Bliss both came down pit lane. They did a regular 4-tire stop in fuel. Then, right when we came back from commercial break, when we saw all those trucks coming back down pit lane, the 18 did a fuel-only stop. That puts him back out in the 4th position. So right now, and although we're seeing Jason Leffler also doing the same thing, we've got a variety of fuel situations up and down pit lane, some that will have maybe 5, 6 more laps than some of the others. We'll see how that plays out later in the race.
And remember, this is a 167-lap race. We are at lap 69 with Travis Quapple being shown our leader. We'll go back to Green Flag Racing at Texas when we come back.
We don't know why boats are referred to like they're women. We just know this one is full featured. The 270 horsepower LX 2000 from Yamaha. She's calling your name.
Now get any Yamaha sport boat for just $99 a month. See your local Yamaha dealer for details.
My father was in the garage business, and his father was in the garage business. Well, my father was my mechanic all my life. I've got some old Craftsman tools that are still around, which I love and I treasure. My grandfather and also my father's tools, which nobody could ever buy.
1,800 Craftsman hand tools made in America, guaranteed forever.
He really believed in Craftsman, same as I do.
Skills. Style. Maximum impact. In ESPN and Universal's Born Winner Challenge, it's your chance to get in on the action. Log on to ESPN.com contests, and you can win a trip to next year's Stanley Cup Finals. Watch the Stanley Cup Finals on ESPN and ABC, and catch the Born Identity in theaters June 14th.
Who's this for, anyway?
I have no idea.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway, the green came out a moment ago, and now the caution is flying again, and that is a huge break for the 75 of David Starr, and not a good break for the 39, the Roto-Rooter machine of Steve Portengate.
Very much the same place that we saw Donnie Nuremberger.
And you heard the crew talking to Portengate saying, "Are you okay?" And
you see him moving around in the truck right there, Doc.
Sometimes when you hit like that, the radios come unconnected, so it's hard for a driver to answer back. But
not to mention the fact that the wind may be knocked out of him.
Exactly, trying to catch his breath, because you're running 180 mile an hour average laps here, 100, actually a little over 170 and a half. You're in race pace. Now, a moment ago, we went back to Green Flag Racing. The 60 was the leader.
Crawford right there, he's already past the 60. He was now the leader of the race. Got by Brendan Gaughan, but when they came back to the caution flag, David Starr in the 75 truck and Brendan Gaughan were able to get back by Rick Crawford to get back on the lead lap.
And let's show you what happened to Steve Portengate a moment ago to bring out caution number 4. Coming off turn 2. Look up at the upper part of your screen. You see him sideways.
Here he comes across the racetrack there, made hard contact in the inside wall. Couldn't tell exactly from that angle what caused the spin, but we saw him get sideways coming off turn number 2.
And Steve Portengate had 3 consecutive finishes in the top 15, but having some tough luck here at Texas tonight. Back with the Green Flag Racing in just a moment.
Hey,
I guess somebody's had a busy day today. Well, make sure back pain doesn't cramp your schedule tomorrow. Grab a new Thermacare air-activated heat wrap before you hit the sack. It gets warm and stays warm, deeply relaxing tight muscles. So circulation flows in, helping pain flow out. So by the next day, you're moving and grooving. Oh yeah, all day long. Introducing Thermacare heat wraps. Find them in the pain reliever aisle.
I have 9 grandchildren in 4 states and 3 time zones.
My granny is far, far away.
My youngest, Jane, is a real chatterbox.
Mary has a little man.
I try to talk to one of my grandkids every day. It can get expensive for someone on a fixed income.
When I talk to her, I think she's a best friend to me.
A friend of mine at church told me about the AT&T Unlimited plan.
I call her Nana.
For $19.95 a month, you can talk to anyone who has AT&T long distance at their home. You can talk as long as you want, when you want.
I can talk and talk and talk to her.
It's all about sharing. Keeps me in touch with my grandchildren. All grandmas should get on board.
She likes to talk to me too. She likes to watch TV, set the table, and she likes to sleep.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT.
Warning. This movie is so exhilarating, it can only be seen exclusively in IMAX theaters and other large format cinemas.
Yeah, I like that.
ESPN's Ultimate X, rated PG, now playing.
Texas native David Starr started his Truck Series career back in 1998. After running in 47 races, including 3 top 5 finishes last year, he turned some heads in the garage area. His performance showed the 75 Spears team that he was not only ready to win, but to make a run toward the championship.
I love to race. I want to win. You know, Wayne and Connie Spears gave me an opportunity to drive for a great racing team, and I want to win for them. You know, right now I'm dissatisfied with my performance because, you know, we need to be running in the top 3, top 4. You know, I think we should have won a race by now, but, you know, that's just pressure I put on myself because we're looking for that first win, and that's what I'm excited about. It's just going to take us just going at every racetrack we go at, go there and try to win. You know, keep focused, work hard, and just drive the wheels off that truck. And that's all we can do. It will mean the world to me to be able to bring Connie and Wayne Spears their first win because these people have given me a lifelong dream. And how can you thank somebody? The only way I know how to thank them is to win a race for them. And I will do everything in my power, and my team will do everything in their power to make sure that we can get that done this year. And you know, being from the great state of Texas and having a lot of great people that have helped me throughout my racing career, you know, it would mean so much to me to win at my home track, the Texas Motor Speedway, just because there's a lot of people that sit up in the stands and a lot of people that are there who contribute to my racing career. And what a way to tell everybody thank you. It's just a win for them, and to do it there at Texas Motor Speedway, and it just, how could you get any better than that?
And a lot of these fans here in the Lone Star State would like nothing better than to see one of their own, Houston, Texas's David Starr, get his first win tonight. How about Wayne and Connie Spears? I mean, you couldn't find more loyal owners in this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. They've had their truck entered in 175 of 177 events in the series, and they are 0 for 175. And boy, that would be a huge win for them tonight if they can hang on possibly.
As strong and consistent as David Starr and that team have been running the last few races, really all year, I think that'll happen. And he's right now, Doc, he's a mile and a half closer to winning that first race than he was before that caution flag because he was able to get back in the lead lap.
Let's check in. Ted Musgrave made a pit stop a moment ago along with David Starr. Let's check in and see what Musgrave did, Ray.
Well, Jerry, he just keeps coming in here because Ted says that the truck feels like it's rolling over on the right front, and he just doesn't like the way it feels. So they put a rubber in the right front there to try to make that a little bit better, made an air pressure adjustment on the right front. They did check the track bar up, everything, and they're going to come down one more time so they can get fuel in that truck. They have nothing to lose because they're at the tail end of the field anyway. Amy?
Well, Ray, a couple of cautions ago, we saw Donnie Neuenberger crash pretty hard out there here at Texas. How are you and what happened?
Well, Amy, do you know who drives the 29 truck?
Yeah. Is that Terry Cook? Did he crash rush you?
I think he got a little impatient. You know, we had just made a pit stop, and we were waiting for our tires to come in, and I was trying to let him to get by on the outside, and we got a little help there. I thought I had it saved. We didn't hit that hard, but when we were coming in, it caught on fire, and that smoke gets a little too much for comfort. So.
All right. Well, I'm his wife, so you can beat him up after the race. You got my permission.
Well, guys, we just appreciate everybody letting us be here, and now I guess we'll just go get us some good IHOP pancakes, and we want to thank them for having us and you guys spending the time with us. So.
All right, Donnie Neuenberger, as we're getting ready to go back green.
And Donnie Neuenberger, great ambassador for the sport. I'm Jerry Punch, along with Phil Parsons, Ray Dunlap, and Amy East, who's married to Terry Cook, by the way, as you just figured that out from Donnie Neuenberger's comments a moment ago. Glad to have you with us. We are at Texas Motor Speedway, lap 77 of 167. We have 9 trucks in the lead lap. Rick Crawford's a leader. Robert Presley, Travis Quapple, Jason Leffler, and Mike Bliss in the top 5. Then comes the 5 truck. Lance Hooper having a great run in 6th spot. David Starr, Brendan Gaughan, and the last truck on the lead lap, Ted Musgrave, as we go back to green flag racing here on lap 78.
You mentioned Lance Hooper up in the 6th position. He's another one of those trucks that pitted on lap 15 along with Mike Bliss and Robert Presley, so that's how he was able to stay on the racetrack. Here's John Wood. Good battle right there, John Wood and Bill Lester.
And gorgeous shot from the U.S. Navy onboard camera as Lester goes by.
I love these races at night, Doc. You get some of the most beautiful scenic shots there. Bill Lester able to get by John Wood.
Now looking back from the Dodge on board of Lester, back at the big Navy emblem on the front of the Roush Racing efforts for John Wood.
That's a battle for the top 10. 10th position right there. Bill Lester has it. Pretty even battle for the 10th right there. Almost the exact same speed.
Now one truck moving by on the inside. Here's Setzer and David Starr, the 46 and 75 are going at it for position. That's actually Starr is 70th in the 6th spot. Setzer being shown a lap down in 13th position. There's the 90, the Express Personnel Services machine of Lance Norrick. Same truck he finished 5th within. 5th here last October in, I should say.
David Starr trying to get down on the inside of Dennis Setzer. We're looking for Dennis Setzer's on board right now. And David Starr, see if he can beat him down the corner. Dennis Setzer knows he's there, gives him room on the bottom of the racetrack, and there goes David Starr.
Still there, clear high if you want it, clear high if you want it.
Another lead lap truck right there. Brendan Gaughan on the inside of Dennis Setzer. Probably one of the most courteous drivers in the field right there, Dennis Setzer.
No doubt about it. Probably one of the most well-liked drivers in racing. He's so accommodating. You see Brendan Gaughan go by the Napa Dodge. Gaughan, one of those drivers who made a pit stop just a moment ago on that most recent caution flag, along with David Starr and Ted Musgrave.
It is a battle for position right there with Dennis Setzer and Matt Crafton on the inside. You see Matt Crafton getting underneath Dennis. Dennis has really struggled at this racetrack, and he won this race back in 1999. But he's really struggled. They changed everything on that truck this morning, and got very optimistic.
Last week at Dover, Delaware, Matt Crafton hit a ton in that Menard Chevrolet, and they actually had to take him out of the Dover International Speedway to a hospital for a precautionary CAT scan, which proved to be negative. But and he was very, very sore most of the week, but he is roaring back with a great run here tonight. Crafton being shown in 13th spot in the Menard Chevy, and we are told that they're going to be able to have access to all the Menard trucks pretty soon. That's part of the deal. They got 8 or 9 trucks at the Menard shops in Indianapolis, so they're going to be able to get those trucks as part of the sponsorship deal, and this team should really begin to take off. Right?
Well, Jerry, in addition to that, Matt Crafton told me today that they will have a brand new engine at Michigan this year, one that John Menard is providing, and he said he's pretty sure it'll be the best engine they've ever had for that team. So he's pretty excited about going to the Michigan racetrack with a brand new truck from their equipment and a brand new engine.
Oh, indeed, they're excited about the opportunity and dodging a close one last week at Dover, Delaware, when he hit a ton up there on the Monster Mile. Dennis Setzer in the 46, the Axiom Chevy. You had his onboard camera a moment ago. Setzer showing back in 12th spot. Behind him, the 90 truck of Lance Norrick is 13th, and the 88 of Matt Crafton. As you watch this battle, the 29 truck there in 15th spot. That is Terry Cook. If you just joined our coverage, Terry involved in an incident on lap number 4, a 3-truck incident involving Brian Rose and Mike Bliss. You see the damage on the right side of the Power Stroke diesel Ford for Terry Cook. That caused him to lose a lap and make numerous pit stops for repairs. He has now fought his way back.
Behind you, 29 and the 88-29 looking inside.
Into the top 14.
20 and 88 behind you, double wide.
See all the damage on the right side of Terry's truck. Lance North was able to pass Dennis Setzer for the position moments ago.
He's looking inside, he's there. He's got a trailer right on his bump with a 20.
Now these trucks here are battling for position. That's 14th, 15th, and 16th right there.
Stay low, stay low, stay low.
And heavy contact. Mike Bliss goes up across the racetrack and looked like he was headed right for the wall. He got the truck turned somehow and glanced off of it with the left in the front and then sort of spun around, but looked like he was headed right for it. As you watch this battle, here comes Crawford back to the flag for the caution. And Crawford will beat Bill Lester by. Lester was trying to get his lap back, had just been passed by Crawford. Lester being shown in 10th spot and could not get back on the lead lap.
See all the damage to the left side of Mike Bliss's truck.
Behind you. Pace car's coming up behind you.
Stage Fuge, a spotter. Let's take a look at what happened here. See him on the inside of John Wood right there. Right here, going down in the turn number 1. He gets sideways before they even get to the corner. Slides down across the apron of the racetrack. Roof flap came up, slid across, made some fairly minor contact with the outside wall for as considered as fast as he was running. And watch the other angle. See, look at him sideways already, Doc, before he really even starts to turn into the corner.
Watch the 07 right side. Watch Jason Small just missing the 07, the rookie Small, just getting below the 16 truck, the IWX Chevrolet for Mike Bliss here on lap number 86.
Pace truck's almost at the end of pit road.
And he'll come down and have Steve Coulter and company work on it. We'll update the damage for Mike Bliss when we come back for more from Texas Motor Speedway. Stay with us.
Me and Joan. That's me. Always with a cigarette. I've tried quitting before, but it's hard to give up a friendship that's lasted this long. So this time, I'm quitting with Nicorette.
Taken on a regular schedule, Nicorette helps prevent cravings. And when a strong craving hits, you can always take an extra piece.
I certainly needed the extra piece that day.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
I look good without a cigarette.
Want all the latest in home entertainment without the tangled mess? The 24-inch Toshiba combination flat screen TV, VCR, DVD. It's everything you need in one simple system. And right now at Sears, enjoy 0% financing for 1 year. Call for a store near you. With this system, just plug it in and bam. You've got the digital technology of DVD, the functions of a VCR, the crisp picture of flat screen, and oh yeah, you've got more space and no more tangled mess. The 24-inch Toshiba combination flat screen TV, VCR, DVD. If you find it priced lower, Sears will match it. Only Sears has the brands you want with the guarantees, credit, and service you need. Sears, where else?
Look, this is a dirty fuel injector. This is a clean one. As you can see, cleaner works better. That's why I use STP fuel injector cleaner in my car. I add STP every time I change my oil. STP, it's basic car maintenance.
Hey, looking great.
The Conair rechargeable beard and mustache trimmer. Moves in close, trims any style with laser precision. The beard and mustache trimmer. And to create any great haircut, the Conair 17-piece haircutting kit.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway under caution for the 5th time tonight, coming out on lap 86. Our quick race recap shows you Rick Crawford is our leader. He has led 19 of 89 laps. There have been 6 lead changes among 7 different drivers, 5 caution flags for a total of 20 laps. That's why the average speed down to just over 121 miles an hour. Lap leader is our pole sitter Jason Leffler, has led the most laps. Crawford, our current leader, is next. Then Musgrave, Wappel, and Bliss, along with Brendan Gaughan. Those are the 6 different leaders that we've had tonight thus far. Off the track, Steve Portengay trying to get the Roto-Rooter Chevrolet repaired and back out. Donnie Neuenberger out of the race. David Frog Hall, Morgan Shepherd, Randy Briggs, and Phil Bonifield, as well as Brian Rose, who went out early on lap number 4. We are working caution at Texas Motor Speedway. Rick Crawford's the man they're chasing. Back with a green flag in a moment.
most celebrated player in the game. The longest Open ever. The premier golf event of the summer. Watch the drama unfold as Tiger looks to notch his second major of the year.
Can you believe this? I've seen it over and over again.
Against the world's best.
Absolutely perfect.
The 2002 U.S. Open at Bethpage Black. Coverage begins Thursday, June 13th on ESPN.
The recipe for excitement. Take half a cup of this, add 2 ounces of that, stir in a cup of this, throw in a dash of that, then baste with, and blend to get
the Dodge Safeway 350 Winston Cup Race at Sears Point Raceway, June 20th through 23rd, part of the Big O Tires racing season. Call 800-870-RACE or visit tickets.com.
Fed up with yo-yo diets and food fads? Do you need help making the right diet choices? Introducing NutriCounter, the electronic organizer that monitors and measures your food. Not just a calorie counter, it creates a program for your individual goals. Lose or gain weight, reduce cholesterol, fat, sodium, and sugar. Manage fiber, protein, and carbs. Type in your food and it displays the nutritional content and adds up your totals for the day. If you go over your goal, the line flashes. It's like having a personal diet counselor. There's over 2,000 built-in foods, including fast foods, or add your own. NutriCounter looks like a calculator so you can discreetly use it anywhere.
I use the NutriCounter to watch my sodium intake, and I lost weight.
Call the toll-free number to find out how you can invest in NutriCounter to start enjoying a lifetime of diet success. Enjoy success the NutriCounter way. Call now.
To order your NutriCounter or for more information, call 1-800-815-9097 toll-free right now. That's 1-800-815-9097. Call now.
Green flag racing just a moment ago, and an anxious moment for Rick Crawford, who jumped in the throttle when the green flag waved and almost got his truck sideways, trying to get a little bit of a steam pull ahead of Robert Presley, and it cost him some time as Presley now looks to the inside.
Well, Presley had a great run off this off turn number 4 there, side by side for the lead.
And that's Presley's teammate in the 8 truck right behind him. That is Bill Lester, who's a lap down, as Presley takes the lead here on lap 93.
Jason Leffler followed this pair of the 18 and the 8 by to take over the second position from Rick Crawford.
Presley becomes a 7th different leader tonight. Let's show you a moment ago what happened on the restart. Watch the left side of your screen, the 14.
As Rick Crawford jumps in the throttle on this restart, spins the rear tires, the truck turns left almost into Bill Lester.
And that cost him the momentum he wanted and allowed Presley to get a good run and now subsequently to make the pass for the lead. So the 18 is the leader. His teammate Bill Lester, the rookie, is a lap down right behind him in the 8 truck. The second place truck actually is 2, and that is Jason Leffler in the Team ASE CarQuest Dodge. Leffler recorded his 3rd career pole. Still looking for that first win of in NASCAR Craftsman Truck Competition, but he's now being shown in 2nd spot.
There's Rick Crawford, started 9th, currently in the 3rd position. He was the fastest Ford qualifier in the 9th position. Here comes Travis Quapple trying to look on the inside. The 4th place runner, Travis Quapple, won in the fall here last year.
Travis Quapple, Ray Best's Rookie of the Year in that exact same truck, and it's Brendan Gaughan, the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. He's the leading Rookie of the Year contender right now. Leads all rookies in the standings.
There's John Wood. He's being shown right now 1 lap down in the 10th position.
And David Starr, who qualified 2nd, started shotgun because of an engine change, roared back through the field, now being shown in the 6th spot in the Spears Manufacturing Chevy.
There's Ted Musgrave, our 7th place runner. Started 2nd, actually qualified 4th, but started 2nd by virtue of David Starr being put to the back of the field because of an engine change. They made a bunch of changes on that truck right now, Ted Musgrave, but he's in the 7th position on the lead lap. Coy Gibbs right there, the 20 MB&A truck. He's being shown back in the 13th position, 1 lap down.
I tell you what, you got to give a call to Lance Hooper in the 5, the Diamond Cut Jeans, Blair5.com Dodge, and Lance Hooper, there he is in the 5 truck, the Rick Wareham truck. What a job he has done. He's being shown in 8th place, the last truck on the lead lap. Lance, his best finish at 13th this year, coming at Gateway. He had an 18th at Pikes Peak, 16th at Dover. He has had 5 of his 6 finishes have been in the top 20. An underfunded team, and they got the folks here from Diamond Cut Jeans. We met the folks from Blair5.com down in the garage here earlier today. What a job by Lance Hooper, the former Winston West Series and Southwest Tour champion of NASCAR.
Lance has been very steady this year. Had some good, strong top 20 runs just about every race, and doing a great job here today in the top 10 by virtue of some good pit strategy.
Here he comes inside. Clear behind him, Lance.
And back in 9th spot, Bill Lester. We told you about his career best qualifying ever, started 7th. Lester, the 41-year-old driver from Atlanta, Georgia. Driving for Bobby Hamilton Racing and Dodge Motorsports. Amy?
Well, Bill Lester, of course, is trying to stay in between his teammate Robert Presley and the 14 of Rick Crawford. He said, I'm trying to help out. I know Bobby Hamilton Racing has come to win, and he'll do his whole part to do this. But he said, traffic makes me very loose. So he's got extremely loose condition right now as he's trying to hold on for a teammate. As we see now, he's actually fallen way back, probably 4 or 5 positions, now back in front of the 50, right?
Well, Amy, we caught up with Steve Portengay. Steve, a rough couple of weeks here the last few weeks. Blisters on your butt at Dover, and now a big crash. What happened?
The Road Rooter Chevrolet just got away from me over there on 2. The first run there on the first set of tires, we started 28, got up to about 12. We had a real good truck. Guys worked real hard all weekend. Track's real fast. That second set of tires, truck was just a little bit too loose, and we got a lap down there on the green flag pit stop, and thing just got away from me. I think when I was passing one of those lap trucks, took the air off the spoiler, and thing got away from me. But Road Rooter guys been working real hard. I can't say enough about Road Rooter, my sponsor. This last three races, we've had all top 15 finishes, and this kind of broke our streak. But we're going to look forward to coming back to Memphis, another new track for us. So I can't wait till we get to the West Coast tracks like Phoenix and Las Vegas, somewhere where I have a little bit of experience.
Okay, that's Steve Portengay done for the day, but he's looking forward to Memphis.
As we all are, going up to the home of the Blues. And speaking of Blues, as you look at the blue and yellow and navy colors of John Wood, he's now being shown in 10th spot. Great run for a Roush Racing driver.
I'll take it.
There's Musgrave going by. He's in 7th spot. And the battle actually for position is between John Wood and the 29 truck of Terry Cook.
Terry got a good run getting in the corner. Was not able to hold it down. John got back on the throttle, was able to pull out ahead of him.
And a moment ago, Rick Crawford was able to make the pass on Robert Presley. And Presley went from leading in a single lap to back to 5th spot. And his truck was drifting high up across the racetrack as not only Crawford went by, but so did Travis Quapple, Brendan Gaughan, and David Starr, as the 18 truck of Robert Presley now being shown back in the 5th position.
What a terrific battle right now. We have Ford leading, Chevrolet 2nd, and Dodge running 3rd.
I tell you, Wayne Alton, Gary Smith, and the guys here in NASCAR have done a phenomenal job. They would love to have this kind of parity in Winston Cup and Busch Grand National. You got Ford, Chevy, and Dodge. Here's that pass a moment ago. As the Dodge of Presley is leading, here comes the Ford of Crawford.
Rick Crawford pulled down to the inside. Robert gave him room. Could not get back in the throttle on the outside like Rick Crawford could. Rick got in the throttle, Travis got in the throttle, and away they went. They got Robert slowed down enough on the outside, and Brendan Gaughan is able to pass him also for the 3rd position.
All right, there is Timmy Cahoots, the team manager for the Ultra Motorsports team, watching as the laps are clicking down here in Texas.
Is that Octane 93 you're wearing?
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Dodge, grab life by the horns.
People are selling tools today on the market that I don't even think they know where they're made, and they're not a quality tool. One thing about the Craftsman tool, it's made here, and you know the quality's good.
1,800 Craftsman hand tools made in America. Guaranteed forever.
If something happens to it, you can take it back, and you know where to take it back because you know where it come from.
Want to make your car look like new again? Well, now you can with Color Cure Color Enriching Car Polish from Turtle Wax. Color Cure's breakthrough formula masks superficial scratches and swirl marks while cleaning, shining, and protecting all in one simple application. For deeper scratches, use the patented chip stick. Color Cure even heals old neglected finishes, removing years of oxidation. Color Cure is available in 7 popular colors. Each works for a wide range of shades. Color Cure, a showroom-like finish that's as easy as waxing your car.
Hi, I'm Jay Moore, and Moore Sports is moving to the block. The block party just got a whole lot louder.
He's tough, yet sensitive.
I like this shirt, man. Who shot the couch?
He's smart.
Come on, go to the left. Blue.
Yet humble.
Can you break a million?
He's all that.
Word.
And a little more.
All right, I'm ready to roll. Am I over? Wow.
More Sports kicks off the block with Evander Holyfield and Tommy Lee. Tuesday night at 8 on ESPN.
Well, that picture tells a story. Jason Leffler, our pole sitter here at Texas, his 3rd career pole of the season. And on lap 106, we have caution for the 6-time heavy contact. Leffler's Team ASE CarQuest Dodge pretty used up. The crew just a moment ago on the radio saying that the truck is pretty much done. They're going to try to repair it. There was some contact on the racetrack. Here's what happened a moment ago.
It's Bill Lester, the 8 truck, gets sideways in front of Jason Leffler. But then Jason gets sideways. I don't know if he jumped on the brakes and the rear brakes kind of locked up in that turn him around, or whether there was something on the racetrack. Ted Musgrave was able to get through his teammate. This is Ted Musgrave right here. Watch in front of us. So you see the 8 truck get sideways, and then the 2 truck got sideways. Ted was able to get through in between them, but Jason wasn't so lucky.
And the leaders will take advantage of this caution flag to come down pit road. Here they are. Let's go down to Amy East.
And what an exciting pit stop for Rick Crawford. This team is pumped up. They want this win. It's been so long for Rick Crawford. They're going to take 4 tires and fuel. Brendan Gaughan's going to take 2 tires and fuel. Ray, what's going on down there?
Well, down just a half a round on the track bar for David Starr. This will be 4 tires and fuel. He said he really didn't need too much of a chassis adjustment, so Dave McCarty tried just a little one there with track bar. They're okay over here on the front. Now back to Amy.
Well, I'm speculating, but the 14 had trouble on the left rear. This team extremely disappointed. It looked as though, as many tire changers know, there's a little button on that gun. You need to press it so you make sure you're tightening the lugs and not loosening the lugs. And it seemed as though he didn't have that button pressed. I'm just speculating, but it looks as though that's what happened.
Well, once again, we are under caution on lap 106. That's the reason for the caution flag. That was one of the trucks involved. Bill Lester's truck spinning. And right behind him was Team ASE CarQuest Dodge of Jason Leffler. Look at the back of that truck where he had the heavy contact. Now the fire safety crews have come over to where the truck was. There was some smoke billowing from behind the truck. Here it is from Jason's onboard camera.
As we go down past the start-finish line, headed down towards turn number 1. Watch the 8 truck of Bill Lester. I don't think there was any contact. Or there was some contact with a wall, that's for sure, for Jason Leffler.
Now looking back from Bill Lester's Dodge.
Looks like Bill saved the truck. Actually, it never even spun out. Yeah. Great job of driving there.
Yeah, Lester did a phenomenal job to save it as a rookie, and you can see that's the remains of Jason Leffler's ride. As we'll hopefully get a word with him in just a moment. Back with more from Texas in a moment.
They could take away our land. No! They could even take away our homes. No! But don't let them take your freedom!
The cost of freedom doesn't have to be so high. Kawasaki Vulcan motorcycles. Get 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments on any Kawasaki vehicle for 6 months.
Feel that, do you? How's that feel?
You're kind of creating the banana.
And the crane. That's a good-looking shot.
Dockers Khakis and ESPN present Put 'em On, Tee It Off. You and 3 buddies can win a trip to ESPN's golf school with lessons from a pro. Purchase $50 or more of Dockers clothing in-store and receive a free sleeve of balls. Be sure to visit the Dockers Pants department at these fine stores.
All kids can choose not to start using drugs.
But some can't choose to stop.
Drugs change what's in their head.
They take over their mind.
Make them do things that make no sense.
You've got to influence your kids' thinking.
Before drugs do.
Addiction is a brain disease. For information, visit stopdrugaddiction.org or call 1-800-729-6686.
Later on SportsCenter, the inside story of Game 2 between the Lakers and the Nets. We'll talk live with the Stars. And what will it take to keep War emblem from the Triple Crown? SportsCenter, midnight Eastern on ESPN.
No one likes winning at IRP like Tracy Hines. He's second on the all-time win list with 10 USAC victories at the Indy Short Track. He'll be going for a record-tying 11th victory and hoping to protect his point lead as the sprint cars hit the pavement. And join Gary Lee, Brian Gersher, and our own Rockin' Ray Dunlap for the Turbine Sprint Challenge from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN2. It's ESPN2 Thunder. How about some sprint action from IRP? One of my favorite racetracks. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. For more, log on to ESPN.com. And who owns the most record for most USAC wins at IRP? How about this guy, Mike Bliss, who right now is having a pretty good run in the IWX Chevrolet. Back in a moment.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty, with the most towing capacity of any heavy-duty pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck. From Chevy.
You can always spot a Yamaha owner by the expression on their face and the way they take advantage of the summer. Now you can take advantage of summer in a great deal because you can get any Wave Runner for just $49 a month or 2 Wave Runners for $72 a month, including the revolutionary 4-stroke FX140. So see your local Yamaha dealer today and have your family on the water by tomorrow. Buy any Yamaha Wave Runner and pay just $49 a month or get 2 Wave Runners for just $72 a month.
Trucks. Fundamentally tougher than any panty-waist car. Hey, no one ever wrote a song about his first hatchback. At Craftsman, we figured the only thing better than trucks is racing trucks. So we're the official tools of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Tough trucks, tougher drivers, and the toughest tools. Craftsman.
If your driveway looks worn, don't replace it. Resurface it. Quikrete Concrete Resurfacer. The easy way to make old concrete look like new.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Texas. John Wood has decided to come in pit. He's running 8th right now and on the lead lap, so they wanted to make one final adjustment. They pulled a rubber out of the right rear end. They pulled some tape off of the front of the grill. So on the lead lap, also the 90 came in here, and we saw Coy Gibbs come down and put scuffed tires on his truck. So these guys will all be ready to go to the end here. Everybody should have enough fuel to make it now.
Well, once again, we are under caution for the 6th time tonight. Jason Leffler's truck spinning behind the spinning truck of Bill Lester. And there is Brendan Gaughan in the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. And Amy, he is our leader.
He sure is, Jerry. And just in case people didn't quite catch it, Brendan Gaughan came down and took right sides only and fuel. So he did not get the full 2 cans of fuel in that truck. Now, they would have if they'd taken the 4 tires, but they elected just to take the 2 and not wait on the fuel. So they were doing some fuel calculations. They feel confident they can make it to the end, especially now that we've had all of these extra yellow caution laps to clean up the 2 trucks. So Brendan Gaughan feeling very confident and very excited that he's leading right now at Texas and hopes he can hold off the one of Ted Musgrave because his truck, like everybody else's, is extremely loose in traffic, and he wants that clean air when he's out front leading.
And Brendan Gaughan leading for the first time since Las Vegas last year. Here's what produced the caution flag.
Jason Leffler following Bill Lester down into turn number 1. Maybe some air Clark takes air off the spoiler, gets Bill sideways, and Jason also gets sideways. Hard contact with the outside wall.
And they have pulled Jason Leffler's. And here's a safety crew guy inside the truck. Either that or Leffler is swelling up big time after hitting the wall. But I think that's a safety guy. Look how big. Now, Leffler's a small guy, the small seat. This guy obviously would not fit in Leffler's seat, but that is one full truck right there as they were pulling that truck in a moment ago. Our Craftsman pit summary shows you Brendan Gaughan came in first. Now first, you heard Amy said they only changed 2 right side tires. Musgrave in second, out second. Star likewise a push. Quapple and Crawford. So no one lost anything in the top 5 on their pit stops. Presley lost a spot, coming in 6th, coming out 7th.
Lance Hooper gained a spot up from 7th to 6th. John Wood lost a spot back to 9th. Matt Crafton lost a couple spots back to 11th. And Bill Lester pushed in 10th.
Speaking of the Navy truck, John Wood, Max Jones this week, who was their team manager, celebrating a birthday. He's 40-something, I think. Or you said he was almost.
He looks like he's got to be at least 50
yeah,
now.
I think so.
I think Max turned 47 or 48. Good guy, team manager for the Roush truck effort, and a lot of fun to be around. We told him we were going to bust on him anyways.
Yeah, I don't think he's 50. I think he's a good week away from 50 or something. Except for the restart at Texas Motor Speedway.
Remember now, Brendan Gaughan only has 2 right side tires. All the rest of the trucks in the lead lap all have 4. A situation, Doc, that he just wanted some clean air. He wanted to be out front with some clean air and felt like that was more important than getting 4 tires.
I mentioned the last time Brendan Gaughan had led a lap was in Las Vegas last year.
Boy, gets way wide there. Got a bunch of guys out of the front. Look at Rick Crawford on the inside.
Crawford going down on the inside and grabs the apron of the racetrack, trying to get beneath John Wood. We're talking about Crawford in the 14.
That could be a heads-up pass, and that could make a big difference at the end of the race.
And the 75 slips up. That's David Starr. So some sparks from beneath his Chevrolet.
Looked like Bill Lester got a little bit loose, getting down the corner, and forced David Starr up the racetrack.
Again, Brendan Gaughan is the leader. Crawford in the Ford is second. Then comes the Dodge of Musgrave in third. Quapple, the 60 to Cat Reynolds Chevy, is fourth. The 75 of David Starr.
Time. We're not in too big of a hurry. You're all clear. You're all clear.
There is Starr going by the 75 as Crawford now looking for the inside, trying to take the lead away from Brendan Gaughan.
A battle of 4 tires on the 14 truck versus 2 tires on the 62 truck. Really going to fight back on the outside. Watch Rick Crawford get loose.
Gets a little loose. Slides up the
Look at Ted Musgrave on the inside.
And Ted Musgrave, there were people slipping and sliding everywhere.
Sure were. Rick Crawford was able to stay in front of Ted Musgrave.
Clear all around. Clear all around.
Brendan Gaughan able to retain the lead.
Lap 118 of 167. Brendan Gaughan, and we told you he last led at Las Vegas in this exact same truck. Brendan started back in 10th spot. A year ago he started 30th and finished second here in the spring race at Texas. Gaughan the leader. Rick Crawford in second spot. Quapple in third. Musgrave, then David Starr. Now roaring back, taking over the 5th spot is Starr. Behind him is Presley in 6th. Lance Hooper continuing to have a great run in 7th spot. Those 7 trucks are on the lead lap.
Yeah, we had 8 earlier. Then Jason Leffler was one of the trucks in the lead lap, and we obviously documented his trouble. So down to 7 trucks on the lead lap. Here's Ted Musgrave taking a look at his Mopar onboard. And a 3rd place runner, Travis Quapple.
Great shot from across, watching the Mopar Dodge go by from the Navy onboard camera for John Wood.
We've got 7 trucks right now, Doc, in the lead lap. I think at least every one of the top 5 of these, if not top 6, with Robert Presley being in 6th, can win this race.
Come on. Great job. Nice and smooth.
Lance Hooper in the 7th position on the lead lap with some great pit strategy earlier in the race. It's going to end up netting him a great finish in this race.
We've had 8 different winners at Texas Motor Speedway, and 8 times the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has come here. The only current winner here that's in the lead lap is that guy you're looking at right there, Travis Quapple in the Cat Reynolds Chevrolet. So the other 6 of the other 7 trucks in the lead lap have not won in Texas. We could have another face enter victory lane for the first time in Texas Motor Speedway. Here is to take a look at our Longhorn heroes, Jack Sprague and Travis Koppel. Our 2 winners last year, Biffle and Brian Refner. Setzer and Sauter, Tony Raines, Kenny Irwin. We've had 2 rookie winners here, by the way. Kenny Irwin in 1997 and Travis Koppel last year. So twice a rookie has won at the very top Texas Motor Speedway. Back in just a moment.
From Walt Disney Pictures.
Stitch. Lost.
Keep quiet. He's listening for us.
How good is his hearing?
On June 21st, meet the alien.
My name's Stitch.
Who came to Earth to hide out and found a place.
This is my family.
To fit in.
Blue Punch Buggy.
Disney's Lilo and Stitch. Rated PG. In theaters June 21st.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Ain't no friend of mine.
Sure, you like NASCAR, but have you got it bad? In slow traffic, do you make sure to keep your tires warm? Do you take every opportunity to celebrate the name of your favorite driver? Come on. How bad have you got it?
Hi, I'm Dave Hearing at Paul Hearing Ford in Hobart. Are you looking for a good used pickup truck or sports utility? We've got them.
Just take a look at this lineup. Fords, Chevys, Dodges, Fords, and more.
Hey, man, you said Fords twice.
I like Fords. Whatever you like, we probably have it, too.
You can't beat our huge selection and super low prices.
Only at Paul Hearing Ford on Route 6 and 51 in Hobart.
Up early, so are we. McDonald's is now open at 5 a.m.
Nothing hits the spot like your favorite McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. Come in and get a delicious breakfast burrito or a classic sausage biscuit for only 99 cents every morning.
McDonald's, open longer, easier than ever.
And back at Texas Motor Speedway, Brendan Gaughan showing the way here, leader by 0.76 of a second. You know, the Napa Colors have seen a lot of success in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And in fact, in this one to watch, Brendan Gaughan tells us how he expects and promises continued success.
I'm really looking forward to bringing the first win in the Craftsman Truck Series to somebody for Napa Auto Parts other than Ron. The first win in the Craftsman Truck Series for my father and the Orleans Racing Team. And what's really important to me is Kevin Croyer was with Walker Evans all the way from 1995 when the Craftsman Truck Series began until today with me, and never got a win. Butch Miller drove for him, and Michael Dawkins drove for him, and all these guys drove for Walker back then. And Kevin never has got a win in the Craftsman Truck Series, and I promised Kevin Croyer when we did the Winston West, and he moved to Las Vegas in 2000, I promised him his first win in NASCAR and his first championship. And I've got him both. 2 championships even. Now I promised him that I'd give him his first Craftsman Truck Series win. And I promised him I'd get him a Craftsman Truck Series championship at some point.
Well, right now he is trying to hang on and fulfill that promise because he is a 2-time reigning Winston West Series champion. By the way, Ron is Ron Hornaday. He won 2 championships with the Napa sponsorship on board. He mentioned his crew chief Shane Wilson and Kevin Croyer, his engine builder. There are the stats on Brendan Gaughan. 24 starts, his best finish, 2nd at Texas last year from 30th starting spot. And we mentioned he's won 2 consecutive titles in Winston West. Impressive driver with the Napa colors on his dime. Let's check in on his pits where Amy is caught up with his crew chief Shane Wilson.
I sure have, Jerry. And Shane, what a gutsy call on those 2 tires. How confident do you guys feel right now?
I mean, we feel pretty good. The tires are really good here. They're good and hard. And we just need it for track position, and it's working so far. I think the truck out front's got the advantage right now.
Okay, how's Brendan, what's Brendan saying on the radio right now? Truck's feels pretty good?
Yeah, he's real good. We're actually trying to save a little bit for the end.
You guys, this team has been pumped up all weekend, even with what Brendan considered not to be a good qualifying start. He felt real confident about about his race truck, and seems to be showing right now 2 tires versus 4 seems to be working for this 62 truck.
It sure is, Amy. But I tell you, you can't hold back much because Rockin' Rick Crawford is on his way. There he is right there. He's about 3/4 of a second behind.
And Rockin' Rick has not won since 1998, 103 races ago. Is he hungry? Oh, man, does he ever want to win. He had a pole last week at Dover, Delaware, his first career pole. And you see the interval there staying fairly consistent between Gahn and Crawford.
We've got Brennan Gahn has run up on the lap of Michael Rich, and that really slowed his progress. That's what allowed Rick Crawford. Again, we saw he was about 9/10 of a second behind, about two laps to go. Seems some sparks up at the bottom of the 51 truck. That's probably tailpipe dragging the race. That shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Michael Rich making only his 3rd start. He has a couple of both his previous starts are top 20s. He had 17th at Gateway, and as he bounces off the wall trying to get out of the way, the leader has some contact with the concrete on the right side. Now he slows as Gahn goes by Crawford and then Quapple.
Looked like he picked up a push coming off turn 2. Brendan Gahn was driving by on the inside. Let's take a look at what happened coming off turn number 2. See, that's the white truck right there. Watch him bounce into the outside wall. Kept the truck straight. Fortunately, it didn't cause any trouble for anybody else.
33 laps away. Brendan Gahn is in the Napa Auto Parts Dodge leading here. Let's check in once again with Amy.
Well, we've caught up with Trent Owens, a young driver that's been coming on strong as of late. But what brought you out tonight, Trent, behind the wall?
Well, we broke an engine. Something broke in the top end. We lost one cylinder, and then we lost another one. Then we changed the engine before this race started, and had to start in the back. So we thought our qualifying engine just wasn't up to par, and you know, it bit us. This is our hometown for our sponsor. Really bad deal. But Dickies has given us real good support, and I know they'll be behind us after this, and we'll be good at Memphis.
How do you feel about your progress so far in the Truck Series? You guys have run well. You just haven't put together those finishes yet.
Yeah, we've had some decent runs. Tonight was like 3/10 off the leader in clean air, and really running good. And I'm proud with my team, and one day these finishes are going to show. We've been running consistently in the top 15, and you know, top 10 is the next thing, and I think we can get there.
I think we're going to see Trent Owens do just that. And also, just a quick note, we saw Jason Leffler take that hard crash. We tried to catch up with him for an interview. He respectfully declined, so we will not get to hear from a very disappointed pole sitter, Jason Leffler.
And they'll roar back at Memphis. Now, if you folks want to join us at Homestead, get your game cards ready. As we'll come up in the commercial break, we're going to pick a winner. Who's headed to Homestead to be a part of the ESPN crew? Just keep watching.
It's the home of leaders. It's the home of change. Liberty and equality were won here.
Oppression and ignorance were defeated here.
It's the home of the amazing, the inspiring, and it's fun. It's the home to our treasured past and our bright future.
This year, take your children home. Take them to New York.
I love New York. I love New York. I love New York. I love New York.
Honey, will you just look?
I already said no.
But it might rain.
You know we agreed. It stays outside.
Get a grill you'll really love from Sears, the grilling headquarters. The one and only place you'll find the top 6 brands, including Kenmore. No matter what you're looking for, Sears has it. Every shape and size, every style and feature. Like more grilling room for a big barbecue, extra storage space for hands-on convenience, and stainless exteriors that really look sharp. Prices start as low as $149.99. Plus, there's 0% financing, and all Kenmore gas grills are on sale. Satisfaction guaranteed. Sears has the grill you want, so call for the store nearest you.
And today we have
There's only one place to find the top 6 grill brands. Sears. Where else?
The most celebrated player in the game. The longest open ever. Tiger Woods to notch his second major of the year against the world's best. The 2002 U.S. Open at Bethpage Black. Coverage begins Thursday, June 13th on ESPN.
It's time to see who is a winner in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Get on the ESPN TV Team in Miami game. Hold your game card up to the blue square to decode it or check to see if your online numeric code matches. If it does, log on to craftsman.com to find out how to claim your prize.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway, NASCAR's Craftsman Truck Series exclusively here on the Worldwide Leader. As laps are winding down, you're watching the battle for second spot. As Rick Crawford in the Ford trying to hold off the Chevy of Travis Kvapil. Kvapil last year's winner in this race. Crawford trying to get his first win since the spring of 1998 here in the home state of his owner, Tom Mitchell. Brendan Gaughan is our leader, and he is pulled away by about 1.7, almost a second and 8/10. Talking about Gaughan. Speaking of and there's David Starr in fourth in the 75. Speaking of Texas natives, by the way, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series today welcomes some special guests. Kathy Hennessy brought her fourth grade class from Five Palms Elementary School in San Antonio, Texas. Kathy's a NASCAR official at a local short track in San Antonio and put together a program called Racing to Read. And these kids were reading books to be able to come to the racetrack. And they met with about 25 or 30 of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers in the Speedway Auditorium down at the infield today. What a special treat for those kids from elementary school to be able to come and meet some of their heroes here in the Craftsman Truck Series.
Sure was. And that's these guys, these Craftsman Truck Series drivers are very, very gracious to do things like that, enjoy doing things like that.
And hopefully a moment ago someone celebrated at home as they were able to hold their game card up to the screen and realize that they are one of the winners. They'll maybe be able to hopefully join us out at Homestead at the finale of the year. A tough break for the Sunbelt Reynolds Chevy. Jason Small, one of the Rookie of the Year contenders. Former Winston West Rookie of the Year, and they will break out the fire extinguishers and get Jason out of that truck in a hurry. Tough break for the 07 truck with Gene Christensen, and today is Jason's birthday. Not a very nice way to celebrate your birthday, being dragged out of a truck while someone sprays a fire extinguisher on you. But
how about that run for Travis Kvapil coming on turn number 4? He's been trying. He finally got beside him. This is a battle like we saw last October. Travis Kvapil won the race. Rick Crawford was second. Look at Rick coming back on the inside.
Travis Kvapil, reigning Ray Bestis Rookie of the Year. Robbing for Mike Addington. Rick Grimm, the veteran crew chief there for the team. Travis's ups and downs. Had trouble at Daytona. Had a couple of sevenths at Darlington and Martinsville. Had that great run at Pikes Peak. Had a pit stop and came out and cut a tire down under caution at Dover, and back on the racetrack was involved in an incident. That's why the dismal finish at Dover and finished 19th. Of course, he won here a year ago. His daughter, by the way, today is her birthday. She said, Daddy, if you win the race at Texas, I want a pool for my birthday. So I know somebody's pulling real hard for Travis Kvapil back in Mooresville, North Carolina.
That's for sure. Travis now, he's up in the second position. He has clean racetrack, relatively clean racetrack, has a few lap trucks between he and Brendan Gaughan, but we'll see what he can do with Brendan Gaughan if he can make some headway.
And he slides by the Albertson Chevrolet for Bobby Dotter, the Gene Christensen owned machine. Albertson's coming on board sponsoring them. Bobby having a couple of good runs early in the year. That great top 5 run at Martinsville he had where he finished 4th. Bobby being shown back in 18th, spot a little top 20 run for the Albertsons Chevy. And here goes the 14 up high, the 75 making the pass. That's for 3rd spot, or trying to make the pass. They have not completed it as of yet. Here comes Crawford battling back on the outside.
Good job. All clear. All clear. Good job, buddy.
That looked like Rick Crawford got it behind Bobby Dodd and lost the front end of the truck. He slid up high, and David Starr was there to take advantage of that and able to get by on the inside.
Well, 20 laps to go. Let's check in on the Travis Kvapil pits with Ray Dunlap. Ray?
Well, Jerry, you were talking about Travis buying Kelsey a swimming pool. When he won here a year ago, he was supposed to buy her a Barbie doll, and he still hasn't even done that. So she said, Daddy, if you're not going to get me the Barbie doll, you're going to have to win another one, and next time I want a swimming pool. I'd hate to see what she's going to want when he gets his 3rd victory.
The odds go up a little bit. You've been there before. You've got... Yeah, absolutely. You know how that works.
I think Travis should have got the Barbie doll.
I think that would have been much cheaper to get the Barbie doll now. He's pedaling hard to try to catch Brendan Gaughan. About a 3-second interval between Brendan Gaughan, the leader, and Travis Kvapil back in 2nd spot. There's Lance Hooper in the Blair5.com Chevy, the 5 truck being shown back in 15th spot. Lance obviously struggling a little bit now. He ran in the top 7 most of the evening and on the lead lap. As Brendan Gaughan pulling away in the Napa Auto Parts Dodge, trying to become the first rookie to win in NASCAR Craftsman Trucks this year.
You've never seen a Wagner power painter like this before. Now Wagner's innovative wide-shot power painter can spray today's thick one-coat paint better than ever with complete coverage up to 12 inches wide. The Wagner wide-shot gives you the power, performance, and control to get results in about a third of the time. The incredible wide-shot power painter from Wagner for guys who like to run wide open. Save time, save money. Get a Wagner wide-shot.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty. Available with the Duramax diesel. The most powerful diesel you can get in a pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Going to the airport? Hey, Bill, you stayed here too? Yeah, want to share a cab? Deal. All right. Great hotel. Yeah, pricey though. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, if you're CEO. Why? What did you pay? Here's my bill. I didn't pay nearly that. Not even half. You got ripped.
Hey, buddy, I can get you a great deal on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Save up to 70% on hotels worldwide. Hotels.com. The best prices at the best places, guaranteed.
Later on SportsCenter, the inside story of Game 2 between the Lakers and the Nets. We'll talk live with the Stars. And what will it take to keep War emblem from the Triple Crown? SportsCenter, midnight Eastern on ESPN.
Our live coverage of exciting NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series action from Texas Motor Speedway is being brought to you by the 4,000 CarQuest Auto Parts stores across North America. You'll find it at CarQuest. By Quikrete Concrete Products, nothing's easier to use than Quikrete. And by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Well, Brendan Gaughan trying to hold on. I can't imagine what's going on. He is a very...
Low on the bottom. Low on the bottom. Can't go by him.
Going by Dennis Setzer. And Brendan Gaughan, when he finished second here last year in this spring race, he was so emotional just about finishing second. I cannot imagine what would happen if he would hang out these last 13 laps and be able to win this, become the first rookie to win since Texas last year when Travis Koppel won here last October.
And he's done a great job on these 2 tires right now. We're just wondering, Doc. We're hearing that the crew is telling Brendan to conserve fuel. So
1.5 split.
Means that's how far he is in front of Travis Koppel in the second position.
Now, he made that pit stop because Amy mentioned he came in and took on 2 right side tires on lap 108. So they would be able...
Hey, Brendan, if you get to go when you hit the line, buddy.
Have to go, what, 50?
Go pretty hard now, Brendan. We don't want to give him any stiff life here.
59 laps, so 11 to go. Could you imagine if you're a driver and you're out there and you got about a second and a half lead over the 60 truck? How in the world? What do you do to conserve fuel?
I don't. When you have a second and a half lead, I don't think you can conserve any fuel. But how do you conserve fuel is to let off the throttle a little bit soon and kind of coast down the corner and ease into the throttle instead of stomping the throttle. But with Travis Koppel catching him right now down to a second half, that's Travis right behind him in the yellow and red truck. I don't know how much you can conserve, Doc.
All right, we're running out of time here. 10 laps to go. We're going to show you the points as of right now. Remember, we're headed to Memphis on June 22nd. The O'Reilly 200, David Starr, the points that were awarded as of now would be 17 points ahead of Rick Crawford. Came in with a 4-point advantage over Mike Bliss, who has had his troubles tonight. And Musgrave back in third, Bliss and Leffler. Boy, the points would really spread out. It was only 47 points separating a top 5 coming into the night. Jason Leffler, who's had his troubles, will be back in 5th spot, still with 125 back.
Good battle for 4th right here. That's Rick Crawford, the 14 truck, Ted Musgrave, the 1 truck. It looks like every time Ted gets up close to Rick Crawford, he loses the front end of the center of the corner and he's not able to make the pass. He needs some clean air right now, but he's not able to get it because Rick Crawford is right there.
And moving inside of Stan Boyd, who led some laps early this year. Stan actually led 4 laps at Pikes Peak.
And 4.
8 laps to go for Brendan Gaughan, who started back in 10th spot, 26 years of age, reigning in 2-time NASCAR Winston West Series champion. His dad, Michael, is the owner of that truck. You heard Amy talk to his crew chief, Shane Wilson, a little while ago. Kevin Croyer, you heard the promise he made Kevin. If you'll come build me a stout Dodge motor, I'll win a Winston West title, and I might even win a NASCAR Craftsman truck race this year. Well, he's 7 laps away from fulfilling that promise.
He's actually stretching the lead out again, Doc. He's almost up to a 3-second lead. So there you hear it, 2.8 split right there. Doing a great job. Again, remember now, he only has 2 fresh tires, where the rest of these guys all took 4 tires, but it's working for him. He had clean air. He's able to keep that truck out front and actually pull away.
Keep focusing on those lines, buddy.
And a reminder, coming up next will be baseball tonight as the laps are winding down.
31.3, 2.7.
Going to be running a little bit short on time here as Brendan Gaughan tries to hold on for these final 6 laps. We've got to mention that the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series lost a very devoted fan this week, and Gene McCarver, the 75-year-old, huge fan of ESPN and NASCAR's Craftsman Trucks, passed away. Gene was the mother of Kathy Kearns, the wife of NASCAR Craftsman Truck Public Relations Director Owen Kearns, and from all of us at ESPN, we send our condolences to the Kearns family. And of course, Gene was so well loved by so many folks in this series because she was such a huge Craftsman Truck Series fan.
Big loss for the series, that's for sure.
5 laps to go here in Texas Motor Speedway as you watch this battle for 4th spot. The Mopar Dodge of Ted Musgrave, a truck length behind the Circle Bar Ford of Rick Crawford.
Seems like they've been nose to tail most of this race here. Rick Crawford, Ted Musgrave.
4 laps to go in Texas. Remember, we'll join you next time, June 22nd, 1 o'clock Eastern time at Memphis Motorsports Park for the O'Reilly 200. That's our next stop in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Those of you just tuning in, we'll remind you again, baseball tonight coming up next. And there's our next stop, Memphis Motorsports Park, home of the Blues up there. That's where Dennis Setzer won last year, looking for to repeat the O'Reilly 200, 1 o'clock Eastern time.
That's it. We're going to get him on the back straightaway if we can.
There is Brendan Gaughan. Let's check one more time in his pits. Amy?
Well, it's been fun listening to the chatter on the radio between crew chief Shane Wilson and Brendan Gaughan. First of all, trying to remind him that they have plenty of fuel. Brendan, of course, remembering the 2-tire stop, they didn't get all the fuel. They said, Brendan, don't worry about it. We're good on fuel. Then they're trying to keep him calm. We talked about how emotional he was with that second place finish last fall. Well, he is starting to get a little emotional now with just 2 to go. And they said, Brendan, this is just like a big Irwindale. Irwindale, a small little half-mile track in California that he's had a lot of success with in the Winston West cars. Looks nothing like Texas, but in his mind right now, he's just making laps around Irwindale.
Well, he played basketball for the legendary John Thompson at Georgetown. His roommate, well, how about a guy by the name of Allen Iverson? So much emotion. What a great athlete. He could have played baseball. He could have played possibly professional basketball. He chose to go to NASCAR and become a Winston West Series champion, not once but twice. His dream was to move up into NASCAR's Craftsman Truck Series. And now, the Napa Auto Parts Dodge is a half a turn away from going to victory lane. Here he comes out of turn 4. 26-year-old Brendan Gaughan will win at Texas Motor Speedway.
Good job, Brendan. Good job, all you guys. Way to work hard. Pays off, pays off.
Brendan Gaughan, Jerry Punch in the tower, and all of us at ESPN. Congratulations, buddy, on a great effort. I think he's pretty excited right now. We told you how emotional Brendan Gaughan, Jerry Punch up in the ESPN booth. Congratulations, buddy, on an outstanding effort.
Man, buddy, good job. It's sunny.
Brendan, Jerry Punch up in the ESPN Tower, buddy. Congratulations on an outstanding effort. You are a winner in NASCAR's Craftsman Truck Series.
Thank you very much, gang. We told you the Orleans Racing Team would be strong. And Napa Auto Parts, they told us they left championships. They left with a championship. They wanted to return. We're bringing them their first win. We plan on getting many more. Shane Wilson and the whole team is the greatest.
Well, Brendan Gaughan has won in NASCAR's Craftsman Truck Series in the Napa Auto Parts Dodge. For Phil Parsons, Ray Dunlap, and Amy East, I'm Jerry Punch congratulating Brendan Gaughan on his very first win. He becomes the 9th different winner in 9 races at Texas Motor Speedway. We go to Memphis, Tennessee for the O'Reilly 200. That's our next stop in NASCAR's Craftsman Truck Series. Coming up next is Baseball Tonight. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Congratulations to Brendan Gaughan.